In recent decades, there have been realizations that there is a strong link between the quality of air, water, soil, food, and the quality of healthy lives. Humans want to be in a place where they can live happily without compromising their health and safety. With over 7 billion people in the world, huge amounts of wastes are regularly being produced from our daily lives. Lack of management of these would result in polluted environments, leading to environmental health problems. Today, man is confronted with pollution from transport, agricultural activities, industrial processes, domestic waste matters, and more. The 19th century English poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge, in one of his poems, "Water, water, everywhere but not a drop to drink," appears to have become the reality of our environment. Water, as the saying goes, is life. But regrettably, countries have not done enough in the provision of public water and sanitation facilities for the ever-growing population. Contaminated water accounts for over 80% of health diseases in the world. The cost of handling this challenge is almost always exorbitant to both the individuals and the government.
They say that health is wealth. If you have healthy people, you can expect the best from them. And so if you're delivering water that is not potable, that is contaminated, of course it will impact on the health of the citizen, and you don't expect the best from them. Productivity will be low.
We all know that water content in even the human body is up to 85%. In everything you do, water is involved. Food you cook, water is involved. Washing of your clothes and so forth, water is involved. And therefore, we can conclude very solidly that with availability of clean, decent water, possibility of diseases and the outcomes could be much diminished.
The Niger Delta wetland is currently facing serious challenges of sustainable water supply management. Despite the availability of water, the region has been struggling with acute potable water shortage due to ineffective water supply management.
We in the Niger Delta region were suffering in the midst of plenty. We're surrounded by water, yet we don't have water to drink. We have a lot of waterborne diseases, especially diarrhea and vomiting, cholera, among others. Even the mosquito. What we'll do in this aspect to reduce the gravity of waterborne disease is awareness.
To combat this water shortage, which will improve the health and environmental needs of the people, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State took steps to ensure that distribution of water in the state is addressed efficiently. He declared a state of emergency in the water and sanitation sector and went ahead to constitute and inaugurate a high-powered steering committee to coordinate the water supply, sanitation and hygiene services, WASH.
It is now my singular honor and privilege to formally declare a state of emergency on water supply, sanitation and hygiene services in Delta State, effective immediately. To kickstart this exercise, I hereby inaugurate the State Steering Committee on WASH. The committee will coordinate the WASH advocacy and prefer effective reforms as well as formulate policies and strategies to end open defecation within the stipulated time.
I want to thank you so much, sir. We in the villages, very close to the people, we know that there are so many of the things that we believe are key to our lives. Before now, Governor has performed so well in those areas. Now, bringing water closer to us is something that is very gratifying, and we are very happy about it.
Delta is the fourth state in Nigeria to declare an emergency on water. Now, that's a lot. So it's a noble development, and that's why we, the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, lend our support. He's doing well in water, so we commend him for that.
As part of the commitment to the partnership with the European Union and UNICEF on water supply, Delta State over the past 3 years paid its counterpart contribution of 705 million naira and the contribution attracted grants of over 3 billion naira from the European Union to improve water supply in the state. The deal, sealed on the platform of the Niger Delta Support Program, is built on the World Bank benchmark.
UNICEF is particularly happy about this development and would like to reiterate a commitment for continued partnership with Delta State to ensure improved access to safe water and sanitation in all the LGAs and communities of Delta State.
The Delta State government paid the catapult funding that attracted the project. And we first started with Ndokwa West Isoko South, and later we now came to Okwani and Ethiopia East. And these are true selective bidding.
The drive to provide good, portable, clean and hygienic drinking water with good sanitary condition is indeed on course in the urban, rural and small towns in Delta State. The State Ministry of Water Resources has increased the number of water schemes from 706 water baselines, out of which 288 were functional in 2015, to 1,091 water schemes, having 659 schemes functional, signifying a 70% increase in the water baseline.
Since assumption of office of the governor of Delta State, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, it has increased to 1,091 water schemes. The essence of this water scheme is to generally have water comparatively around the urban area, the rural area, and small town water supply.
In order to keep these water supply facilities in top functional state without losing sight of the strident necessity for erecting new ones, the Okowa-led administration gave a nod to the ministry to embark on the massive rehabilitation of existing water schemes across the state. Today, 5 kilometers water pipeline is installed in 10 urban towns, and each with specific number of households metered to estimate the exact quantity of water used.
Government give on a protector, but who won't fed is free to fed. Not be so.
With the installation of the meters, the water became cleaner. I think it had been given some chlorine touch. It's colorless, odorless, and tasteless. It's wonderful.
The Governor Okowa is trying very well, because since when I come as I never see borehole for this my compound. As they come put this borehole. Since that day, I'm not running up and down to find where we go fetch water, but all neighbors, everybody get the water.
We are happy that we have water in our homes. Before, we trip from here to here looking for a borehole to buy. We thank him for what he's doing. Hope that we continue even to go more.
Smart Delta.
You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see your job and work creation in Delta. Make the youth say them higher. Okowa. I see good roads everywhere in Delta. Make the people say them cola. Empowerment for the farmers in Delta. Good and quality education in Delta. Well-equipped hospitals here in Delta. Peace and security in Delta.
Smart Delta.
On the regional water supply schemes, Asaba and Ughelli water supply schemes have been upgraded to regional schemes. The strategy will not only improve the volume of public water supply in Asaba and Ughelli, but will also enable the direct connection of public water to 3,000 individual households through prepaid meters in the first phase.
We have metered most of those houses in those environments, and written at Bogurugu source work, we just installed a 33 kVA line, so that we can be pumping more hours and water is on the pipeline. In the next 4 years, we expect to have about 100,000 households to be connected in the state.
I'm very happy. If I'm not happy, that's I'm like, because Okowa really did a very nice job. Brought the water to our doorstep, and that's very good of him. Like before, I'll carry gallon, look for water up and down, and sometimes some people insult me because I'm looking for water. Thank God that Okowa did the thing like this, and I pray like God bless him for that.
Mrs. Makwe is a retired civil servant. She relocated with her family back to her home in Asaba. She told us how excited she felt to see this metered tap in her compound.
I have in mind to put up a borehole for everybody's interest. But when I came in, I saw this tap rushing and I was glad. I said, thank God that the tap is rushing. And that means God does not want me to spend much money. So I was happy.
The Small Town Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, STOWASA, is also upgrading and strengthening the program of connecting between 5,000 and 20,000 households living in small town areas such as Uterumu, Utugbeje, Ozanogogo, Idumesa, Akumazi, Emu, Ole, Iri, Uzere, Odokpopo, Uroiri, Urieri, and more.
We have been able to come up with a baseline survey of all our semi-urban schemes and recent delineation of semi-urban schemes to small town by the Ministry of Water Resource Development are giving us reasonable numbers of about 137 water schemes presently, though more are still coming because the duty of this agency is to take over all semi-urban areas. So we are now in charge of providing water directly to the people under a new system model called water customization, community-driven model. That is, the community now participates in the ownership, operation, and maintenance of this water scheme.
Available statistics from the UNICEF WHO Joint Monitoring Program JMP show that Nigeria currently ranks number 2 in the world after India in terms of people defecating in the open, as about 25% of our population still practice open defecation. The Sustainable Development Goal 6, numbers 1 and 2, seek to stop open defecation by 2025 and ensure access to sustainable and safely managed wash services by 2030. Governor Ifeanyi Okowa threw his weight behind the strategies contained in the National Action Plan.
We all know Nigeria is in a very critical stage when it comes to the issue of open defecation. And that is one of the things that is contaminating our water. So, government is quite concerned about it from my point of view, and I believe that the Interministerial Committee is doing a lot to come up with an agenda on how we can exit that window of open defecation.
Working hand in hand with Rural and Urban Water Supply Agency RUWATSA, the state government has remained committed to paying its 30% counterpart funding to keep up with the Water, Sanitation and Hygiene WASH program. This has distinguished Delta State amongst the 6 pilot states selected in Nigeria to ensure there is a standard practice in providing potable water.
Goal 6 of Sustainable Development Goals states that we should ensure access to water and sanitation, for all. So that kind of reinforces the point that we must do all we need to do, to be at that level where for every community there's potable water, and by extension, people have access and they're able to cut off open defecation.
As part of WASH program, the state is effectively championing the campaign to end open defecation, which is one of the leading devastating menaces to public health in the country. The state is providing public toilets, sanitation programs, and hygiene services towards achieving the goal.
Where the people are messing up the place is not really right, though the government has to put on these toilets just to avoid diseases and other things. And we all know what open defecation, what they cause. There are 2 toilets there now. After they are through with it, they come out, they wash their hands with hand washing facilities.
We are happy the water is in good use to the people and children of the school. Teachers are using the water, in short, for toilets and many other things. So we have no problem of water.
The state regularly organizes workshops and seminars to educate the people. The program is made compulsory for all primary and secondary schools as well as primary health centers.
So many of these rural communities have been able to achieve an open defecation-free society. You know, before they used to have this practice of allowing their children to defecate outside, but with this awareness of trying to have a better society in terms of healthy, hygienic environment, we've been able to educate them, and some of them have turned around, constructed their own small toilets or latrines near their houses, and they've been able to have a behavioral change in this, their attitude of, oh, anywhere can fit for us to practice our open defecation behavior.
It's a routine that from time to time the government agents come here to encourage the indigenous of the community of Olomoro to make sure that the environment is clean. They organize a sanitation week, and it has been helping.
So far, significant progress is actualized as the first 2 local government areas, Isoko South and Ndokwa West, selected in the first phase, are today counting their gains.
Some of our children are no longer dirty the way they used to be. Parents are now fetching water easily to wash their clothes, take care of them, bathe them, and they look so neat now. Before we used to look for water, children carrying buckets going to the stream to wash clothes. It's no longer like that. But with this project now, we are very relieved of that. People have seen his handwork.
This was vigorously followed by Ukwani local government area in Delta North and Ethiop East local government area in Delta Central. To have first-hand information and ascertain the effectiveness of the program, the Smart Delta media team went on inspection and monitoring of the areas.
It has helped a lot. Like me now, I'm alone in the house. My children have gone to the school. I can simply come out and fetch water to my house. It's a help. It's unlike before when I will drive motor, go down, go and look for water. But now I just come out of my domot. The governor is very, very ready to help the state.
I'm happy for our governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, for bringing this project to us, to enjoy the water without going to river to fetch the water. And even in the morning, we can even come here to take the water, even in the afternoon, without no stress.
Okowa like us. That's why I come bring this water for us. And I say like us, and so we like them too.
EU, UNICEF, and the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, have so far funded 333 water schemes in 4 local government areas of the state in their determination to change the face of the water sector.
It has been a very good help that WashCom have helped us with a lot, because even before this WashCom came, we have been going many far. Even sometimes the way we dry, maybe we go to groundware to go and help, maybe during the dry season. But since WashCom came, there have been clean water. Nobody's even complaining about well again.
We actually did sensitization and advocacy to the stakeholders, whereby we told them of ownership and sustainability, and giving guarantee that there will be no theft and there will be no vandalism. In view of that, they accepted, and then we now give them the water through strict supervision.
Before they hand over the project to the community, it has been tested and it was okay for human consumption.
The Warri Efron Water Supply Scheme PPP model, a flagship and indeed the first water supply PPP model in Nigeria, aimed at resuscitating and providing cheaper, portable, safe water to over 20,000 households in the Warri Efron environs through prepaid water meters, has attracted a huge private investment of 13 billion naira for 12 years. And it is to include the production of 68,000 cubic meters of water per day. Over 500 jobs will be provided in addition to royalties to government.
It's a very great one. It has actually done very well, because this initiative is going to help to bring potable water to people and eliminate waterborne disease around this area. It also generates revenue, as we have said before, for this state.
We're very happy that this project is commencing, which will engulf so many people in terms of the job. And secondly, water as a good source of livelihood for man. So I want to commend the effort of the government.
The Bomodi Water Scheme is one of the important landmark achievements in water scheme rehabilitation by the Governor Ifeanyi Okowa-led administration. For over 20 years, the residents of Bomodi could not access any public water supply. Today, the narration is positive.
Okowa is working. This water project is very good. I would love to appreciate Governor Okowa for what he has been doing before, even now.
It saves us from going to the river because it takes a very long way to get to the river. So due to that one, I'm very happy. I thank the governor that may God provide more for him. Let him give him more wisdom so that he will do good things more for us again.
The water we have is just from the river, and which is not good. It's contaminated with different kind of things. The truth is not good, and since the appearance of this tap, it has become a big help to us. We are happy because, as you can see now, the tap is on and we are fetching from it now.
It is noteworthy that the cost of constructing boreholes in Bomodi and Ogwashuku is high and beyond the reach of the common man, as their environments are iron prone. Having achieved such feat, the ministry did not relax on the euphoria of this giant strike. It fashioned out ways to consolidate on the gains recorded by ensuring that the water in the area was safe for drinking. To this end, measures were put in place to ensure effective treatment of the water such that the people are safe from diseases associated with water.
Water is life, in fact. Anybody around this area will actually benefit from the good water drinking.
The government is doing something good to us. They have already seen that we are suffering concerning the water. We appreciate the government. May God help them more.
The state's executive water and sanitation bill, transmitted to the House of Assembly, is the first water policy and water law since the establishment of Delta State. The aim of the Delta State Water and Sanitation Policy and the proposed water law is to domesticate relevant provisions of the National Water and Sanitation Policy and to establish a comprehensive platform for the coordination of the implementation of water projects.
The intent of the bill is to create room for urban water, rural water, small town water projects, and also it will regulate our water system.
In recognition of its modest achievements in the transformation of the sector, Delta State, under the watch of Senator Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi Okowa, was rated as the best performing state in the area of steady reforms in the Nigeria water sector. This success story apparently earned the state governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, an award of the 2018 Waterman of the Year.
Our governor has done wonderful things. He has brought Delta State to another level. He's called the Roadmaster, and he's also called the Watermaster. Some time ago, he was given an award as the Waterman. Right now, I can tell you, water is running in most parts of the state. There are public taps in locations. If you open the taps, you will find water. So already, people are beginning to see public water that we used to see, when we were small. It's coming back.
Governor Okowa's strategy to provide clean, safe water invariably has a ripple effect, as the agricultural sector is today receiving a boost as farmers, including the youngpreneurs, are provided a conducive environment and support in the drive to make Delta State the food hub of the nation. Apart from the agricultural and water sectors, the Okowa-led administration has ensured that the environment is clean, healthy and beautiful through the proper management of wastes and sanitation of the environment. The governor also has given attention to the provision of standby water for the control and management of emergency situations through the Fire Service Agency. Fire stations across the state have been upgraded and repositioned for effectiveness in the discharge of their duties.
Apart from early 2016 repairs, last year we did another check around all the trucks. It was an approval from the governor. The hazard allowance paid to firemen has been nothing to write home about. But this governor just approved something for every fireman as hazard allowance for the year. And it's a moral booster to firemen.
The importance of a clean environment is to live healthy, wealthy, disease-free, pollution-free, and Governor Ifeanyi Okowa is committed to building a clean, safer, and stronger Delta that will be reckoned with anywhere in the world.
Come to Delta State, come and see the good things where Okowa they do. You better run, come to Delta State, come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see your job and work creation in Delta, make the youth say them highla Okowa. I see good roads everywhere in Delta, make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta, say me I say, come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.